Hello everyone. As I mentioned in the last class, today we'll be working on identifier particle, and that is ga and e. Last class we had seen the topic particles, that is nin and in, and identifier particles functions kind of in the similar way, but it's not the same function. And this is in page number 20 and 21 of the material given in the description box. So we'll be starting with our lesson. For example, I have two sentences here. That is nanan satta, nega satta. The thing is, nin and un is used to express what in the sentence. So when we say nanan satta, it is literally you're addressing what you did, or whatever is the subject is, whatever the subject did. So what is our question there? But then when we say nega satta, we are talking about who did that action. So we are giving importance to the subject when we have the topic particle there. When we have the identifier particle there. So when we say nanan satta, it is all about what did na do. Na means I. So what did I do? I bought. Satta, we have sanshit as a bachim here. So from that it is very clear that it is kwago shije. Kwago shije means past tense. Nega satta. When we say nega satta, it's about who bought. Who bought. So who is ne here? Actually it is na. When we add na plus ga. When we do na plus ga, we get nega. Na plus ga is nega. But then when we do no, no means you. Na means I, no means you. No plus ga gives niga. No plus ga gives niga. You literally write it as nega, but you read it as niga. We'll be going into those details later on. We'll concentrate on identifier particle in this class. So when we say nega satta, we are saying that it was me who bought, not anyone else. When we say nanan satta, I bought that rather than doing something else. So I hope you understand the difference. In nega satta, we are giving all the importance to na. In nanan satta, we are giving all the importance to the action there, the satta there. So suppose you're asking a question. 누가 새 티셔츠를 샀어요? 누가 means who. 새 means new. Who bought a new t-shirt? It's the literal translation of that. 누가, who, 새, new. 티셔츠. 티셔츠 means t-shirt. 티셔츠를 샀어요. 를 is the object particle here. You'll be learning that in the coming lessons. 샀어요, bought. So we are asking who bought the new t-shirt. When the question in itself asks who, it is asking about who did the action, not what the action is. So when the question is who did the action, we would use ga particle there, identifier particle there. We would say nega sassa. If I am the one who bought that, I would say nega sassa or makga sassa. Suppose I'm taking a name called Mark, then I would say makga sassa. Or Yongo ga sasso. Yongo is a male Korean name. Suppose the question is, what did he do in the park? That is, 공원에서 무엇을 했어? 공원 means park. 공원에서. 에서 is the time and place particle there. We'll be learning about that too. 무엇을. What means what? Is once again the object particle there. Hessa means did. So what did you do in the park? So when we ask what did you do in the park, we already know who we are talking to. Even if we are talking to or we are asking the question to a group of people, considering the person who is answering that question, we would know they are talking about themselves. So all what we want to know is what did you do? Not who did what. We need what did you do? So in that case, we would say 나는 쌌어 or 나는 잤어 or 나는 산책했어. 나는 산책했어. 산책 means walk. Literally like taking a walk, that kind of walk. 했어 means do. Did. So took a walk. To make the walk past tense, we are adding the 했어 there. So it would be 나는 산책했어. I took a walk. Or 나는 잤어. That means I slept. So slept is the important thing. Na is not the important thing there. That's why we are using 는 there. I hope you understand the difference between na, between ga and e, and 는 and un. If you have any doubts, you can put them in the description box. The comment box. I'll be answering all of them. So with that, we'll be going on to the next page, and we have examples in the next page, that is page number 21. The examples are 내가 마셨다. That means I am the one who drank, not anyone else. Like when we translate it into English, it would be I drank, but it would mean that I was the one who drank, not anyone else. Suppose like somebody is asking who drank the juice in the refrigerator. So who drank the juice in the fridge? So if you are the one who drank and there's also your younger sibling in the home, you would answer that I was the one who drank it, or I drank it. And in such a scenario, you would say 내가 마셨다. And when you see here, 내가, here 네 does not have a 받침. But the next one, if you see, 동생이 먹었다. It's a similar scenario as the previous example. So 동생이 먹었다. Somebody is asking who ate that or who ate this. So you're saying that 동생, your younger sibling, ate. 먹었다 means ate. You have 상시읒 as a 받침 here, so you know that it's past tense or 과거 시제. So when you see 동생이 먹었다, you can see that there's a 받침 here. For 생, you have 이응 as a 받침 here. For 내가, you have no 받침. So like 는 and 은, if you have no 받침, then it will be followed by ga. If you have a 받침, it will be followed by e. And the reason is same as we saw in the last class. 는 and ga have consonants which have sounds of itself in position number 1. If you don't know what position number 1, 2, and 3 are, I would say, or I would advise you to go to the first English lesson that I took. In there I have explained about those positions. Anyways, there's no 받침 for ne. In this scenario, for na or ne, whichever it is, we would use 는 or ga as required. But then if we look into 동생, it has something which has sound already as 받침. That's why it is followed by no sound. You already know that when iang comes in position number 3, it has the sound ng. But when it comes in position number one, as it has done in this E here, the topic particle, the identifier particle here, or like the topic particle in, it has no sound. In such a scenario, it can take the sound of the bachim preceding it. And that's why we have E. I'm telling you the reason why it is used that way so that you don't get confused. And it's not like you need to remember nin and in is called as topic particle and ga and e is called as identifier particle. Just know that in what scenario, in what situation you would use these particles. That is the most important thing, because the literal definitions of these wouldn't do you much good in real life. In real life, you need to be able to use these particles, and that's your only goal. So I would advise that you concentrate on that goal. So I'll be going back to the examples we have at hand here. Minjiga watta. Minji is a name here, and it would usually be a female name. So Minjiga. So we are saying that Minji is a person who came, not anyone else. Watta means came. Anthony ga kata. Anthony is also a name here. So Anthony is the one who went. Gatta means went. So Anthony is the one who went, not anyone else. 저것이 한강이야. 저것 means that. 저것이 한강이야. Han means literally, South Korea is called Hanguk. Guk means country, like Miguk is America. So Mi is the country denoting, the country name denoting thing, and Guk is the country denoting thing there. Like that, Taeguk. Taeguk means Thailand. So again, Guk is coming there for country. Like that, Hanguk. Guk is the country denoting thing there, and Han is kind of like the prefix you would find in most Korean oriented things. Like when you're saying a Korean traditional meal or Korean food, you would say Hanshik. Shig means food. So Hanshik means Korean food. Or Hanwoo. Hanwoo means Korean traditional or Korean bread meat. Hanu. Hanu is, when I say Hanu, it denotes beef, not any other meat. So like that, Han is something related to Korea. You can understand that. And Kang can either mean a lecture, or Kang can also mean a river. And Hangang is a very famous river that is in the capital of Korea. That is Seoul. Hangang is the river in Seoul. So when we are saying 저것이 한강이야, we are saying that is the Han River, not anything else. And you have last ya here. So from that, it is very much clear that this is 반말. 반말 means formal speech, and the opposite is 존댓말. I've already talked about this, so I'll not be going into the details. The next one is building이 높다. building이 높다 literally means that building. The building is high. 높다 means high. So you're saying that the building is what is high and not anything else. Here we are not talking about a person, but then identifier particles are not just used for people. It is also used for objects, but they would be in the possession of the subject of the sentence. The next one is 공원이 넓다. 공원, as I told earlier, would mean a park. 넓다 means large or spacious, that kind of a meaning. Anyways, it's huge, that's what I mean. So 공원이 넓다. So you're saying that the park is spacious. And 공원은 넓다. If you say 공원은 넓다, it would literally mean that parks are spacious. Like any park. Park is supposed to be spacious. That kind of a meaning. That it would be more of a generalized meaning. When you're saying 공원이 넓다, it would mean that the certain park that you're talking about is spacious. That's how the meaning would change. building이 높다, when you're saying building은 높다, once again it would be a more generalized meaning. It would mean that all buildings are high or all buildings are tall. That's what it would mean. But then if you say building이 높다, it would mean that this certain building you're talking about is high or tall. That's what it would mean. So I hope this lesson is clear. You could also make questions and answers involving identifier particles yourself with the limited knowledge you have and post it in the comment section. I would be checking those personally, and if you have any doubt, you can also ask me about that. And in today's lesson, you must have got a lot of new words, so I hope you would practice those new words too. In the next class, we'll see with another topic. Happy New Year, everyone, and thank you for being here.